Hey guys, welcome back to V's Corner. Hope you guys watched the introduction video on the, la- the last video. um, okay, so I guess I'll start from the beginning. Um, I was born in 1974 in the middle of a golpe de estado, military dictatorship. I don't really want to get into the whole political thing, but it was a big thing. I mean, people were being tortured, were being killed, disappearing for not believing in the same thing as the government was. So, well, my dad was involved in some of that. I mean, I don't know, but the whole thing is that my dad was desaparecido. He was lost for a while. And then they found him again, and then it's like the Red Cross ended up coming and trying to save all these people that were being tortured and locked up for no reason. So, my dad and we ended up moving to getting political asylum in the United States. I remember a Christian church accepted us there, and we moved like any other immigrant to the United States. My mom and dad didn't know any English. They survived. They worked and they found their way. My dad put himself through college. He taught himself to speak English with the help of me and my sister. My sister was born in Illinois, in Chicago, in 1978. And we lived in Carroll Stream. And in Carroll Stream, Illinois, it was like the best place to grow up. I mean, it was just so beautiful. I mean, it was like this lake, they're ponds. They were two ponds divided by this bridge. And that bridge was home to so many stories and so many houses that we used to play with my friends. And it was a bunch of us girls, like there was families. A Korean family, us Latinos, and two white girls. And everybody had a younger sister. And we would always play together, and it was like that's how we grew up, real innocent, playing together, playing house, stories, fighting, getting back together, and being happy, being mad at the other girl, and typical. And then and in my school, and I was like the only Latina always. Like there was one black kid and one Oriental kid. But I mean, besides that, it was all white schools. That's how I grew up. I didn't get to start junior high. I started junior high in California. So we moved from Illinois. My dad finished school. And we moved from Illinois to California. In California, I had big dreams. I was going to be a model. I was going to be an actress. I was going to meet Ricky Schroeder, and he was going to turn me into this movie star. Yeah, I met Ricky Schroeder. He signed his autograph. Hi, I think we took a picture, and that was it. That was Ricky Schroeder meeting. The thing is that I really tried, and I wanted to be a model, and my parents didn't have the money to put me through all these things. I mean, and I think I did do a program, and it was really a waste of money because then it's like they want more money, and it was like kind of disappointing for me because my mom and dad thought it was going to be easier, and it wasn't. Well, that was the end of my career. The thing was that, but junior high, when I moved to California, it was my first junior high was an all-white school, so it was not so much of a change. But then we moved to LA, and in LA we moved to like Venice and La Brea, and I went to LA high school. No, first I went to Mount Vernon Junior High, and that was culture shock for me. Why? Because you know how they show in the movies like the Latinos, the like Belmont High School and all those, and the guys with the boom boxes and everybody talking in Spanish, and yeah, that was my junior high. So I was like, what is going on here? My friend, my first friend that I had, the first thing she told me was, "Qué lindo tu gancho." I was like, what? ¿Mi qué? Like, why are you talking to me in Spanish? And she goes, "Do you not speak Spanish?" And I was like, yeah, but I don't speak to nobody in Spanish. And because she spoke different, like her accent was weird. And then she told me gancho. What the hell's a gancho? I didn't even know gancho, like that it meant a hanger here in Chile. I was just like, what are you talking about? And she goes, and I was like, oh my pinche, because we do say pinche, gancho, I guess, barret. And she was like, what? That's a bad word. So that's how like my first experience in Mount Vernon was, because like I was thinking these people speak Spanish and like I don't speak Spanish in school. So that was a whole experience. I met my best friend there. Um, I learned everything like Latino. My friend, she was Mexican and Costa Rican, and she did a quinceañera. Never been in a quinceañera before. And we were in high school this time because, like I said, I went to LA High, and this happened while I was in high school, and I met her chambelán. Like chambelán is the guy that the quinceañera dances with and everything, and fell in love with the fricker. Why? um, I remember because like right before the quinceañera, we ended up making out and everything, and he gave me the biggest hickey. And we had the quinceañera the next day because I had to go home, and my mom, she was wanted to kill me. She was like, you're not going. That was terrible. Well, this guy ended up being my baby daddy. Obviously years passed, we went through a lot. That quinceañera ended up making me end up from moving from LA to Lancaster where he lived. So but in high school I was in drill team, so we always did all these things, and like the last couple of them, like he would go to them, and he was really a jealous guy, and he would always invite me to places where like I could never go. My mom and dad never let me do anything, so I would always have to hide and like escape and make up lies, and it was terrible. I was always getting in trouble, and I was always scared. It was like I couldn't even have fun, because it's like I would go and I would be like so terrified that I was gonna get caught. So it's like I couldn't even have fun. I was like not even worried. I was so worried that I couldn't even enjoy myself. But JJ just he used to just take me everywhere. Well, he had a car and he was just so cool. He was older than me, and it's like I just fell in love. Like I said, he ended up being my baby daddy. We ended up moving to Lancaster. My mom she was so scared of me running away all the time that she took a job in Lancaster, opening a Target, I remember. And when we went over there, it's like we had to move all the way out there. I mean, just so I could be close to my boyfriend. Well, we did. We moved in, and we had a pretty good time. Like we had a pretty good, like, decent high school, like, love, I guess. I was in high school, and he had just graduated. It was my last year. I couldn't get into the drill team and all the dancing and stuff that I did because it wasn't like I had to have practice, and I had to been there, and I wasn't gonna go and start all over again. Plus, I was dating him, so after school was all him. So he was like my first love, and I graduated from high school. He took me to prom. Prom was like I saw him. Like, I mean, he was always really mean. He was always really jealous. But he turned into this different guy. Like, I mean, this guy was like holding on to me, like hurting me, and like I remember this prom night. After prom, we were drinking, I remember, and I don't even remember. I think we were going to a party after for the next day or something, and he took me to LA, and we stayed over, and he tortured the shit out of me. I remember if it was a gun or something he had something that he was hitting me with and scaring me with. He said he was gonna leave me out in the middle of nowhere and leave me there, and I was just like, don't ask me what we were fighting about. Don't ask me why, what was going on. I think it was just because he was drinking and he got jealous, or I don't even know. There was always an excuse then. And that was the first time that I was in an abusive relationship, and I thought that I was actually okay with it, because besides all this, when growing up, my mom and dad always were very violent. I mean, my dad was very violent. My mom and dad always fought. He did hit her, and I don't know. I thought maybe that was normal. I mean, is that what's supposed to happen? Like, if they get mad at you, they hit you. And I accepted it for a very long time. And he was mean to me. He treated me bad. He told me that he was going to mess up my face so bad that nobody would want me. And then plus, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't, like, I mean, my mom and dad never let me go out with him. Like, I mean, every time I did do stuff, I would have to do it hiding. And then it was like, he always cheated on me. So he was always with other girls and stuff that could go out and do everything that he wanted to do. And then, like, when I did get my freedom after I graduated from high school, my dad got me a car. Well, I got a car, and, you know, like, I had freedom now, and I could do whatever I wanted. And now he was like, So my mom and dad, and like, kind of stressed everything out, and they decided to send me to Chile. And I was 18 years old. So I got to Chile, 18 years old, separated from my boyfriend, and now my life is a mess. So I'm like so addicted to this guy beating the crap out of me and being mean to me, and they separate me from him. Knowing my mom, I don't know if she knew, but she kind of felt it, I guess. That's why she separated us, because we were getting too close. And, well, that's another story. Fun of the day. So, for the next chapter, if you guys are hooked, if you guys want to know what's going on, go ahead and press like, subscribe, and we'll see you next chapter.